Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thanks again to the witnesses. When the minister was here, she made a comment on the seal hunt, and she spoke about her, quote, rock solid, end quote, support. And I kind of snickered at that. I didn't mean that as a sign of disrespect. But considering the circumstances that we're in with the seal hunt, under this Conservative government, we've seen the most bans on Canadian seal products in history. That's not debatable. It's just a fact. We've seen bans in Russia, the European Union, Kazakhstan, Belarus, and Taiwan. And now we have this announcement in the budget of $5.7 million over 5 years to market Canadian seal products. Now, that money comes in the context of Carino has decided, one of the largest buyers of seal products, has decided not to buy any seal pelts this year. Instead, it's going to rely on its inventory. The Canadian Sealers Association has closed its office. So, the $5.7 million, while it's welcome, while it's good news, it's I couldn't help but snicker when she talked about rock-solid support. So I have two questions on that. Number one is, where do you hope to get the markets? Where do you plan to focus that $5.7 million effort over 5 years? And will the money be spent directly by DFO, or will the money be spent by the Canadian Sealers Association?
Okay. Yep, go ahead. Just before you start, I'd like to, if I could, Mr. Chair, respond to the first part of the comment, and I couldn't agree more. It's been very frustrating for DFO, for the Government of Canada, to see countries progressively ban seal imports. It's no surprise that Minister Shea sees this as quite unfair. I myself have spent time in China and other countries in Asia directly questioning them on the rationale for the ban. And I think that there may be forces bigger obviously than DFO at play, but I just wanted to assure the member that we continue to go to these places and put our case forward, and we do see the ban as selective and ill-advised.
Maybe just to elaborate a little bit on that. In terms of our ongoing activities and those that we anticipate will be supported by the measures announced in the budget earlier this week, we had, as many committee members will be aware, challenged the European Union's ban on seal products.
Sorry to interrupt. I only have a few minutes. My specific question was the $5.7 million. Where do you hope to focus that money? What markets do you hope to penetrate? And who's going to spend the money, DFO or the Sealers Association?
We have regular ongoing discussions with representatives of the industry, other concerned federal departments about potential markets. As the deputy had indicated, ministers, deputies, not only from our department, but others in their travels overseas will regularly advocate on behalf of the Canadian seal industry. We work in close collaboration with stakeholders, and we'll work with them to figure out where best and how best to target the available resources to open markets for Canadian seal products.
I was in Taiwan a couple of months ago with a parliamentary delegation. One of the reasons I wanted to go to Taiwan was because they decided to ban Canadian seal products in 2012. Now, when that happened, the anti-seal hunt groups bill that over here in Canada as yet another country has come out against the Canadian seal hunt. But when I get over there and I speak to everybody from their president to their government officials, what they say is that the ban was more about banning the trade of marine mammals, specifically Japanese whaling, Japanese dolphin hunting, had nothing to do with Canadian seals. So my question is, $5.7 million for markets is one thing, but what exactly is the Canadian government doing to combat the anti-seal protest groups? Taiwan, for example, their officials were quoting the IFAW and Greenpeace in terms of why there shouldn't be a seal hunt because they were killing baby seals. Nothing could be further from the truth. So to summarize, what's being done on the diplomatic front?
If I could, Mr. Chairman, in every country that I have visited and actually had quite similar reactions in some, we are using our embassies abroad to open doors for us, to get us audiences with decision makers in those countries. When I was in China last, I'm sure it was the first ever animal rights group established in China. A very vocal group. I wouldn't say it was the most coherent presentation I'd ever heard, but it did drive home to me the idea that if we were to do this, it's going to take a constant diplomatic effort. Just if I could get back to your question on the 5.8, I think what Tom is saying is that we only got the money in the budget a couple of days ago, but we do work very, very closely with industry in this country, and we're going to meet with them very quickly. We're going to try to find a way to maximize the impact of this $5 million. But at the end of the day, it's going to be continuously representing Canada's position in these countries and continuously driving home the point that we believe that the ban is ill-advised. And it'll be sustained. It has to be, I think. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cleary. Mr.